Hello, my name is Kerry Tarsoff. I'm a professional planner in this province. I'm a registered technologist in this province. And in a previous life, I was a fully trained chemical defense officer in the Canadian Armed Forces, and I ran the section at CFB Cold Lake that is relevant to today's discussions. In your recent submission, you comment that the proposed USASK plan will include an important planned future connection will extend the trail from Circle Drive Bridge to the Chief Mistawasis Bridge. And that is why I need to speak to you specifically about this today, but also that I believe you've been missing out on specific safety issues that need to be dealt with. The Planning and Development Act specifically state that the purpose of the zoning bylaw is to control the land use for providing an amenity of area for the council's jurisdiction and for the health, safety, and general welfare of the inhabitants of this municipality. So safety and general welfare are specific to the zoning bylaw. The Public Health Act goes further, that states that a serious public health threat means any of the following if it poses a significant risk to the health of many people. And in that is a chemical agent or radioactive material. In our case, it would have been chemical agents. So back in the day, in the North Sector Plan, they identified 2 buffers, 1 kilometer each, around the 2 chemical plants. The one to the north is chlorine, the one to the south was ammonia. You'll notice that the south boundary of the south buffer cut perfectly out of the subdivision because you're not allowed to have residential or public assembly inside of these areas because of the life and death threat. Now the south chemical plant is being delisted since the Chief Mistawasis Bridge, but the north one is still in effect and it extends through the Chief Mistawasis Bridge. In the original North Sector Plan, it states in 1986 the Meewasin Conservation Easement was created between the chemical plant and Meewasin Valley as a safety to make sure there was no public assembly on the lower spot of the lower river valley because a lot of these chemicals were heavier and they would sink and constitute a grave threat to anybody that was in that valley. But in fact, the threat goes beyond just the river valley or the topography of the lower slopes. So if we go back to our original buffers, you'll notice that the south buffer cut through the subdivision is now gone. You'll see that your trail extends now all the way through both buffers, right through the lethal part of the buffer. If you have any large gatherings walking down the Meewasin Trail, in a sense, you are breaching the zoning bylaw and you're breaching the Health and Safety Act, and you're also breaching the Planning and Development Act. If you have limited amount of people walking down there, the essence of the safety is implied that there's a certain amount of risk for the average person just walking around in an industrial area. But if you've got a group of people walking through there as a public group, that would not be the case. ERCO Worldwide puts out a specific safety sheet. Go indoors, close all windows, turn off furnace, air conditioner. This has to be done within minutes to save your life. This is not something you can do if you're on a trail and far away from any structures. Here are my City of Saskatoon presentation dates that I presented in the past, and I would urge you to watch these so that you can become very familiar with the depth of what's gone on here. But I would also ask you to attend the Responsible Care Program CAP meetings, quarterly meetings put on by the chemical plants themselves, so you can ask them straight on about what the safety risks are around the Meewasin Trail and what you could do to mitigate these risks. Again, this needs to be a discussion. I think that already you've got issues on your west side. You're poised to create more issues on your east bank, and your current tie-in of your USASK into the University Heights Sector Plan is already problematic for me. I'm happy to discuss any of this with you if you wish, but please follow up further with it. Thank you very much.